All right, we're back here with Jim Caruso, and we had a great talk about Jim as the consummate host of Jim Caruso's Cast Party. And now let's get on to some of the other things that you've done, including, well, you have a new CD out, but before we do that, I want to speak to you just a bit about working with Liza Minnelli, which you played with her all over the world and in various venues. So just give me a little bit about that.
A little bit about that. I guess if you asked me to write down on a piece of paper the ultimate gig, it would be me singing with a bunch of friends, with Billy Stritch at the piano, in the best theaters in the world, singing the arrangements of Kay Thompson with Liza Minnelli.
Yeah,
I couldn't have made it up. I mean, it was really an amazing 3 years. Ended up being a Grammy-nominated CD and a DVD that's out now.
A PBS special.
A PBS special called Liza's at the Palace, and a Broadway run. So, I mean, it really, to say it was a thrill is an understatement. It was a life-changing experience. It was
now, speaking of life-changing, how long have you known Liza?
20 years this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
And so it's just been a long friendship. Had you performed before with her?
No. Well, yeah. My trio Wise Guys opened for her for a while in Vegas and Atlantic City, and that was a thrill in itself. And we weren't even on stage with her. But then, I mean, we just remained friends all these years, and would do songs at parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Usually Kay Thompson arrangements,
Right.
that we all knew. But this tour was the first time to really be on stage with that. The power of all of that. And I mean, when you're on stage with that kind of energy, it's like, I mean, it would be like being on stage with Elvis.
Right.
The love coming across the footlights.
Because, I mean, all she has to do is stand on stage, and there's such a
they go wild.
Legacy and legend involved with that. You know,
there's a lot of history in that little person standing there. And, you know, I wouldn't say all of that adulation was coming at me personally. I realize that, but it's still coming at you, and it's like a feeling I've never felt in my life, even though we've all had nice moments in nightclubs and theaters and stuff. But it's extraordinary to be at the Palace Theater.
That's great.
Yeah,
It
was fantastic.
That's amazing. Yeah, I wonder what that must have been like to kind of be a part of that. I mean, because it's also not only is it somebody super famous, but it's also that kind of old show business that's not around anymore that's right. That you get to be a part of.
She's a little bit vaudeville, a little bit Broadway, a little bit, you know, she has rock and roll in her brain too. I mean, because she was brought up, you know, she was coming of age in the 60s and 70s. And so, I mean, she's a lot of different, there's a lot of different worlds in that person in sequence. And so, cool. It is, she's one of the last vaudevillians, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Well, and another exciting thing, you have a new CD out called Jim Caruso, The Swing Set.
Isn't that good looking?
It is very good. Is this a Bill Westmoreland picture?
It is Bill Westmoreland. We have the same photographer. Same. We're very. It's very. It's like a little community here.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I want to play one of the tracks from the CD. Now this is it happens to be one of my favorite songs from The Wizard of Oz that I heard you do years ago at Cast Party, just with piano, and I think I even remember telling you after the show just how much I enjoyed it. It's If I Only Had a Brain, of course, sung by the Scarecrow.
That's right.
But in this case, Jim
Not
Caruso.
The Scarecrow.
So here's Jim Caruso. If I Only Had a Brain from Jim Caruso, The Swing Set. So we can, you can't see the writing on there, but
it's on there.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only